Oh, hello, my lovely Legarians. This is going to be a support papa. Support papa. We're going to be Poppy support this this game. Going to be taking our cue first. And to look at our composition, we got two people, me and Amumu, that are going to be tanky, and ADC, a Zed. So we're lacking a bit of AP, but that's alright. On the opposing team, they actually have a Talm Kench that got picked somehow. I wonder if I could have picked the old Kench. He'll be troublesome later in game. Looks like he has a grasp of the undying to never die. So they have two AP champions and so they have more of a diversity here. They have an Ezreal that's going to be trouble later on in the game.
100%. That's everything, right?
We've got a Varus. He can do some good poke damage. Alright. He can do some good poke damage. So our objective is to make sure that Ezreal does not get late game. Well, he didn't even need our help, even though he flashed. So I want to get Ezreal. But that'll always be difficult. Alright, we'll use that to... I'm gonna use a pot. Nice. Alright, that was not too shabby.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
kind of messed that up, but that's alright. Throw a ward over there. They their jungler one of the other guy. I have a feeling like it could be like a great chance for their Lee Sin to get us. I thought the Amumu was gonna go around. The Ezreal's getting those free shots from his Mystic.
Every step is one step closer.
Feel like they might need my help.
I really don't have anything against dragons.
Alright, I'm gonna head back.
What did I come back for?
Get some vision. Because in games previous, people were like, oh, get that vision ASAP. Vladimir looks like he's doing okay.
I sure do a lot of walking.
But not as good as he would like, I'm sure.
I can see this.
First tower's going down. I'm gonna throw some wards in
Shut down.
Mr. Lee's jungle.
The hammer does most of the work.
Can't get too much damage on that. I'm gonna throw a ward over
An enemy has been
a wall there.
Now.
Looks like Riven had some nice luck. Woo! That's always fun. Looks like Ezreal's gonna be chilling in the bot lane. Yeah, I guess this Endeavor's dead.
Ally has been slain.
Looks like Riven got ulted upon. Should be fine. I can head back. Pantheon probably doesn't have ult. I hope he doesn't.
Finding that hero.
Gonna get that magical item, and we don't have quite enough for our
Yeah.
booties, our Swifties, so we're gonna head back
Heart.
into lane, grab a Vision Ward.
Some things are
And Ezreal is unaccounted for, so they have to watch out for him. I think placing a Vision Ward right here is pretty good.
Ooh, there were so many heroes.
But of course, like, like, our team has to continue the pressure it has on,
Do it yourself.
but they let Ezreal just walk in there and Alright. I kind of like to say that there was some ineffectiveness on my team, but I don't think there's too much that they could do about it. Like, I went on Vladimir, but we are missing our ADC.
Thing about me?
We were missing our ADC, and they had all, and I think their composition is stronger. I'm not sure.
Hero likes me.
Oh, that is weak. The Ezreal is just waiting right there. And Ezreal's got the Iceborne Gauntlet. To stay as annoying as possible. So this is sort of like a bad stage in the game for Ezreal to have his Iceborne Gauntlet and beginning his other items.
That's okay. I'm playing the long game.
Because Ezreal is going to be such a pain.
You might be.
He's already a pain, but now he's going to be able to get items. Varus is not going to be able to compete with him anymore, I don't think. Unless Varus lands a perfect ult, he won't be able to duel him. Or, see, look how much trouble he is. They send four. They have 3 people after him.
What do you mean my hammer's too big?
It's hard for me to deal with the Vladimir. I'm not sure if it's hard for Poppy. Let's check with that Vladimir. Okay, he's pretty. Vladimir is pretty dangerous, honestly. And we have to watch the Pantheon stuff. Ezreal is just gonna pop over walls and stuff like that. That's how he's gonna work. He's gonna stay annoying like that. But that's all he's gonna do. He's just gonna keep continuing to do that.
Yep, it's even heavier than it looks.
It's so bad to it's so bad to, like, the only people that you can fight are the Talm Kench and whatnot. Should have gave that up.
Really go for a nap.
I feel like the game is sort of like going in their favor at the moment.
I'm in 100%. Check everything, right?
Dragon should be up in a little bit. Gonna ward that area. But yeah, them having the Talm Kench is pretty bad for us. The fact that Pantheon can just come in whenever he wants is a problem for us because we can't be committed like that. We can't be committed to a fight like that. And I think Pantheon, can you just use that? I'm not sure. So Riven can split push. I need to get in the corner position here. I won't be able to do much of that because a lot of them have like, they probably have like all Swift Boots. Swift Boots, Swift Boots, Swift Boots. Yeah. Except for Ezreal, he doesn't have any boots at all. The Dragon Call is laughable. Try to protect the Varus. Alright, that was a good push. Oh. Is that not paying attention then? The Riven isn't impacting the game very much. But you tend to talk about more. You talk more about people when you're losing than anything else. So it's like you can't super influence. Oh my goodness. You can't super influence other people. When you say it to yourself, it's okay in a way, but it's not, because you don't want to blame other people, because you can't really do a whole lot about other people. I'm gonna have to grab that over there. Our difficulty lies when we get to that side of the map. It's like, what do we do now?
Here goes everything.
So I'm going to extend this. Alright, I'm going to continue to extend it because I saw Ezreal top. There we go. Now we need to back off.
Your turret has been destroyed.
How
An ally has
bossy
been
in the
slain.
It actually went the other way. That's interesting. He's just gonna play around down there.
I sure do a lot of walking.
Ah, he joked around too much. That should be alright, I think. No. There we go. Alright, 3 people are still living. Hopefully that will be good enough. So I'm gonna go for the Malmortius next. So the Zed, alright, the Zed. I like this guy.
Hope this works.
Please don't make me, sir. Okay, bad idea. It was only Varus that showed up. He can't really do anything about 4 of them. So it looks like Zed pushed a little too far. The Talm Kench flanked. Here we go with the Mystic shots from the Ezreal. But thank goodness for the Varus and his nice long shot range. Nice long range there.
One thing about me, I'm not good at
Alright.
staying down.
That's Zed, man. Now, because Talm Kench can flank, need to ward this side. Because they keep, they keep getting this like this far ahead. Then Talm Kench and various other people, they just go around. Pantheon can ult, so. Here we go. And he's out of there. Oh man, did we just win? Hopefully I'll be saved. I should be alright. Ooh, nice. Ribbon, come on. Aw, dang. I shouldn't have gone back and initiated like that. It really didn't do any good for us. In fact, it did bad. Bad for us. Bad. There you go. Hide in the bush, Zed. My goodness. And so here comes the Destructo Squad, but here comes Zed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oof. I love the. Oh no. Oh boy. Alright. So unfortunately we lost that. Baron is up. Award the general area of Baron. Right. They were nowhere to be found. They're just kind of, Alright, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna
Me? The hero?
push bot lane.
That's ridiculous.
Zed's gonna push bot lane. Flash coming out from the Kench. There we go. That is the end. That is the end. Yeah! Oh, I was so negative this fight. Oh, I was teetering a little bit too much to the negative side, but keep it inside, boys. All right. So Zed, oh man, I felt like he came through at the end, got some kills. The rest followed up. Now the Pantheon and the Lee were out of position. They should have been with their party. Now I understand like Pantheon can jump in, but there's still a delay there for his ultimate to happen. In the end, these guys should have stick together. They would have had it. They would have had it in the bag, but they didn't stick together. All right, so let's do a little item analyzation. Pretty standard for a Poppy. You're gonna get Maud the Malmortius if there's AP on their team. Dead Man's Plate is always an awesome item, almost necessary in my case, in my opinion. Boots of Swiftness to catch people. And then one of my last items I was building into was the Sterix gauge, which the Pantheon had, and it was pretty useful. It let him survive quite a few blows. The Zed looks like it's standard Zed stuff. Sometimes the Zed will go Blade of the Rune King, but not this Zed. Some Zeds prefer to go Bloodthirster. I think you get more. I think you steal more life, possibly. I'm not sure. But you've got your Black Cleaver, your Yoma's Ghostblade, and a Mercurial Scimitar for their stuns and whatnot. Mostly, probably because of Pantheon stuns. Talm Kench has the slow, but not a stun. Alright, Riven. So Riven had sort of the same build, and it would have been nice to have a tanky top. I felt like Riven was in the middle of the game and not able to do too much, and if she was tanky, maybe it would have been reflect better on her team fight. But Zed, he pulled out ahead, just like there. Ezreal was, doing the best on their team. It seems like Vladimir does pretty decently against melee types. But Riven is burst, so if she can do her combo correctly, I believe Vladimir's heals won't matter much unless it gets close to the the mid range game where he can just continue to heal up and Riven needs to keep up on items, but I feel like she did. Lord's Dominic regards to deal with Vladimir's HP. Talm Kench's AP is a great item, and a lot of them have a lot of HP. These guys are tanky. They basically they almost have Vladimir's kind of tanky. They almost have 4 tanks. Wow. But with Zed and the Ghostblade, you got that armor pen, and Varus, you've got the Dominic Regards. So the Dominic Regards doing that work on these high HP guys. Mumu, let's see. So he was going, okay, looks like standard Mumu stuff. Partial tank. I'm not sure if the Rylai's Crystal Scepter was used too much. The Iceborne Gauntlet, that's definitely I think that's a bad idea to go on a Mumu. And you should go something with more defense or more health, either or. Rylai's Crystal Scepter is okay. I don't think it's all that effective on a Mumu, especially because we weren't. I felt like we weren't doing too good, and he should build tanky in that case because more utility with that. More, I feel like that. Pantheon, he went. Okay, he sort of went for a survivability. Now I don't think this build is correct. I don't like. Well, let's see. Did he really need Titanic Hydra? I don't think so because with Pantheon, it's all about the Dead Man's Plate, that's good. The Boots of Swiftness. Sterix Gauge, I'll buy that. Now Yoma's Ghostblade, that can work, but I think these 2 items would be much he could have really controlled the map with tankier items. Because you notice, if you watch earlier on, he was using his Ghostblade, and he was using it to try to catch up to people. When he should be able to catch up to people just fine with these 2 items. And in terms of Armor? Like, who's got armor? Like, this is armor penetration. I'm like the only person who has decent armor. I don't have a lot, but I have some. And even our main tank doesn't have armor. He has health. So for our team, for their team, they've got Lord's Dominus Regards. Well, it's a little tricky, that's for sure. I think I would get health because Zed was the strongest. So getting a health item is going to, keep you alive and whatnot. But maybe Pantheon thought that they weren't doing enough damage. So I can see where these items, I can see where the Yoma's Ghostblade can come into play. So yeah, I just don't know. Like I would not build. I would not build Pantheon that way. But they were ahead for a little bit, so maybe Yomu's looked like a good idea. But the safety route is not getting these two items, but let's say a Randuin's Omen to deal with the Varus's attacks, the criticals, or if you want to deal with the Riven and the Zed. Now it's difficult because of the Lord Dominic's Regards, but you can have some defense against the Zed, and I think cooldown reduction. So I think going maybe Black Cleaver instead of the Yomu's Ghostblade, it'll give you an extra 10% cooldown reduction. But let's look at his cooldown reduction. Yeah, he only has 10%. So if you got some extra cooldown, he could have, if these two items were dedicated to cooldown items, well, this kind of is. But if this had 20, and this had 20, that's 40%, that's full cooldown. So you can span your stuns, you can span all that stuff, you can control a fight. Alright. So the Lee Sin went full tank minus the warrior. I think this is a very good build. It's unfortunate that he was out of the last fight there. He was like traipsing around like the outer edge, like he was fighting. I don't know if he was jungling or something, but I think he was looking for a flank or something. And then Pantheon was top, but he was going to try to ult in. But he should have been with the team, because you can still use your ult effectively and clean up a fight. Because think about if he went full tank or he had some cooldown, he'd be able to throw himself, he'd throw a stun, he'd get some damage off. Talm Kench can get in there. They've got the tank and they've got the ability to catch us. There's no reason except for bad communication or, a bad strategy that in the end they should have lost. They should have won, in my opinion. Let's see, the Vladimir. Warmog's armor for the health. Now I'm not sure if this is a good item on him, because the grants Warmog's heart if you have at least 3,000 maximum health. I doubt he has 3,000 maximum health. He should have got something like, maybe another AP item. That would have, that would have been much better, I think. And if he wanted some health to go with it, he should have gone, what is that one thing that has the face and the cry eyes or whatever, that has that armor penetration? I think that would have been a better idea. Alright, the Talm Kench, and I've seen Vladimir's do the Lucidity Boots. I would recommend him going Lucidity Boots. He doesn't need this speed. He's got so many guys with speed, he does not need this speed. The Ezreal looks like his build is I think his build is the best out of them all, like, because he's going to get his cooldown reduction, Lord Dominic's, he's got slow down, he's got all the items that you want on y'all Ezreal in this situation. Mercurial Scimitar just in case you get stunned, and Blade of the Rune King to chop down our tanky tanks, which would just be me and a little bit of a Moo. So you don't really need Blade of the Rune King and Lord Dominic's Regards in this case. He could have gone, well, let's see. I don't know. Like, usually I've seen this build and it does well versus tanks. And they do have 2 tanks, so, you know. But something a little more effective could have been, I don't know, like, what could he have done instead? Like, because you don't have to be worried about armor or health. He could have gone Infinity Edge. The Blade of the Rune King does apply some utility with its active. The Lord Dominic's Regard. So okay, so this is still feasible, and it probably, you know, in my limited Ezreal understanding, it is probably a good build regardless, because of the Amumu and the Poppy. We're just as much we're a threat nonetheless. So that's fine. The Talm Kench was going full tank, as all Talm Kenches should. Should he concentrate more on health or armor? Because they have a lot of armor shred. So I think it was a good call to go to the Warmonk's armor. Because they have so much armor shred that going, and then and even though the Lord Dominic's Regard is on some people, the main person he was on, the main person that you want to be concerned with is the Zed, and you want to survive the Zed attacks. So I feel like the Lord Dominic's, or the Warmonk's armor is a good choice. And with Vladimir taking the Warmonk's armor, it also makes him susceptible to the Lord Dominic's Regards, meaning he gets more damage done to him. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video and the analysis. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them. Ooh over there. Oh yeah.